Good morning, guys. What's going on? I'm happy with what I'm seeing out of Ryan Dungey. You know what I mean? Round 7 Motocross Pro Championship at Budds Creek. You know, Moto 1, he got the better start ahead of teammate and championship rival and contender, Ken Roczen, who's pretty much in control of this series. And leading up to this race, they said that Dungey's gonna have to get a good start. You know what I mean? To stop the bleeding, because you know, as the series winds on, Roczen's in control now, and he can't afford, you know, Ryan Dungey's gonna have to find a way to stop the bleeding. So getting good starts and getting no front, and winning Motos will stop the bleeding. In Moto 1, he got a better start than Roczen. Roczen came from like top 10, like he's on a mission, and put on a vicious pass on his teammate, you know, coming down one of the steep downhills of Budds Creek. You know, he was making the push. He wasn't scared to push the envelope and go, you know, go to a couple of miles faster than the rest of the competition. You know, so Roczen showed himself in that Moto, you know, came blazing past teammate Ryan Dungey, but that must have woke him up. And what I saw of Dungey, that first Moto, he was able to you know, when Roczen made that pass on him, you know, everybody thought it was going to be over, but it wasn't. You know, Dungey still fought back and went past, you know, after his teammate passed him, you know, and his teammate also put a pass on Trey Canard and checked out. So later, midway through the race, Dungey was able to catch up Canard and put a pass on him, and he just kept on charging, put his head down, kept on charging. And you know, towards the later stages of the race, you know, he was able to have race leader and teammate Ken Roczen within striking distance, you know, within the final laps, but he wasn't able to make a pass. But you know, that was a confidence booster for Dungey, you know, that he could pull in on Ken Roczen from behind. So that was a psychological booster, and nobody ain't gonna tell me any different, because it's a psychological game at this point. So and I could see the smile on his face on the podium, that he was happy, like he believed in himself, just by him being able to reel in Roczen and get him within striking distance after Roczen checks out. Because usually we know how this series been going. When Roczen checks out, he checks out. But Dungey was able to reel him in that first Moto. Even though Dungey didn't win, it was a big victory in itself, catching him up and bringing him in sight with his striking distance, and the smile on his face on the podium after the first Moto spoke volumes. Second Moto, he got the hill shot. He had a clear track, and you know, Dungey was charging the track, and he rode his race, you know what I mean. And he looked, that's the best that I'm seeing him in a few motos ever since Glenn Halley, when he put the epic pass on Ken Roczen, aggressive epic pass on Ken Roczen in the last corner. But you know, that's what, you know, that was a replication of that in a sense in the second moto of Budds Creek. You know, the way he charged, you know what I mean. He rode his own race and didn't falter, and you know, he's showing that he's gonna put up a fight. You know, even though he won the overall, he didn't gain no points, he didn't lose any, but there's chances he win races, so this no longer becomes a chess match, because his surge is winding down towards the end. So he's gonna have to sweep next week both motos, and he's gonna have to sweep a couple of pro motos back to back and gain some consistency to unsettle Roczen. And you know, Roczen's strong mentally and physically, and since his sign up out in Baker, oh, what a big difference, guys. We see the difference night and day in his physical ability. And you know, the series is gonna get interesting as long as Dungey keeps on pushing. And round 7 yesterday was interesting. Round 8's gonna be interesting at Muddy Creek, Spring Creek, Millville, Spring Creek, Minnesota. That's gonna be exciting as well. But I like what I'm seeing out of Ryan Dungey. You know, it's just gotta keep on pushing. You know what I mean? Take the risk. You know what I mean? Exit, enter the corners faster, and exit the corners faster. Charge down the hills a little faster. You know what I mean? Work on your starts while you're at the farm at Ricky Carmichael's house. Work on their starts, you know what I mean? Because the key, because we know what you can do once you get a start. But even in the first moto, you let your teammate pass you, but that ignited a fire in you. Now you're confident, I can see it in you. So, you know, Dungey, you just got to go out there and get some more starts and charge the track. Don't worry about nobody behind you. You got to try to win this championship. You know what I mean? You can't afford to be playing tug of war chess match, because Roczen's in control and we're winding down. So you're going to have to win the next motos next week. You know what I mean? You're going to definitely have to win both motos next week. I knew you could do it. The fans know you can do it too, and I like the confidence that I see. And the question is, what is Ken Roczen going to do for resurgent Ryan Dungey? Have a nice day.